Morning, children. Welcome back to our online class of English. Now, today we are going to read chapter 5 of book Honeycomb, and the name of the chapter is Quality, and it is written by John Galsworthy. Now, let's read about the author. John Galsworthy was born on 14 August 1867 and died on 31st January 1933. He was an English novelist and playwright. Notable works include The Forsyte Saga and its sequels, A Modern Comedy and End of the Chapter. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1932. Now children, you can see there are number of words written in German language. Now here is the correct pronunciation of the words. It, them, bees, that is peace, brother, brother, for tonight, Zend, that is send. Now, children, let's discuss about the title of the chapter, that is Quality. Quality by John Galsworthy was first published in The Inn of Tranquility, Studies and Essays in 1912. Now, the title itself is A Quality of Quality. It is short, simple, and meaningful. The short quality describes the value of the quality of work. Narrator sees a perfectness in work which is qualitative. Now, here is the theme of the chapter. The main theme is commitment. Commitment to one's work, to one's passion. Every worker is an artist if he loves his work and is immersed in it. The Gessler brothers' commitment towards their work is really touching. For them, the struggles, the hardships are nothing as long as they keep doing their work. The tragedy of Gessler brothers signifies a moral decay in the search of material civilization. Human values are threatened by material gain. So, this is the theme of the chapter. Now, here we are going to discuss the plot. The story starts with the description of the boot shop. On the top was the nameplate Gessler Brothers and a few shoes displayed on the window. They make shoes on order. The narrator then narrates one of his meetings with Mr. Gessler. He says it has not been possible to go him much because the shoes he made have lasted very long and are the best of their kind. He made quality shoes. One day the narrator goes to the shop to get a pair of Russian leather shoes. Mr. Gessler retreats upstairs and comes back after some time holding a fine golden Russian leather piece. You can see in the picture. After the narrator's approval, he says he will get these shoes tomorrow fortnight. Now one day the narrator goes to the boot shop and tells him that the last shoes he got from him creak. After a long pause, Mr. Gessler asks him to bring the shoes to him. He assures that if he can repair them, he will give the money back. Another day, he goes to Mr. Gessler to order a new pair, wearing a pair of shoes which he bought due to some emergency from a big firm. Mr. Gessler at once recognizes that the shoes are not made by him. He touches a particular spot on the narrator's shoes where it isn't comfortable for the narrator and says that it hurts there. He expresses his contempt that those large firms attract customers through shiny, impressive advertisements to sell their inferior quality products. Then the author explains to him under what circumstances he had to buy those shoes. The new shoes lasted nearly 2 years, and in his next visit, he receives quite a shock. When he enters the shop, he sees the younger Gessler brother who informs him of elder Gessler's death. That day, he orders several pairs of boots. It takes longer to make them, but the quality is even better than the previous one. So you can see children with Gessler brothers prefers quality. He believes in quality of the boots, not in quantity. Soon after, the narrator leaves for abroad and returns after 1 year. The first shop he goes to is Mr. Gessler's. Mr. Gessler, now 75, he is unable to recognize him at first. Narrator gives a huge order. The wait is longer than ever, but the quality only gets better. After a week, while passing the little street, the narrator thinks to go in and tell Mr. Gessler that the boots were perfect. But when he goes to the place where the shop was, the nameplate is no longer there. Disturbed, he goes into the shop and the young English face greets him. The narrator inquires about Mr. Gessler and comes to know of younger Gessler's death. Hearing all these things, narrator is quite shocked. The young man explains to him that Gessler died from starvation. He died of poverty. He used to devote himself to shoes, making so much that he used to forget about everything else. It means he was dedicated to his work. All the money went in the rents and leather. The fate was quite obvious from the beginning. But both the narrator and the young man agrees that Gessler brothers made good quality boots. So children, you can see in this chapter the author gives preference to quality. Whatever work is done by us, it should be qualitative one. We should focus on quality, and we should be always commit ourselves for our work. Thank you children. Thank you all of you.